Hello, my name's Kerry Martell, host and author of RVLivingGuide.com, and I will be your guide to adventure. This video, should be kind of short. Let's see if it actually is. This is about how to stay safe while you're a full-time RV living person, especially while you're boondocking in the cities. Now, this is something I have a lot of experience with. Did a lot of boondocking in a camper van, in an RV, parking in Walmart parking lots, Planet Fitness parking lots, in the ghetto areas of Los Angeles, and the very industrial areas. And these are not the great places to be. These are places that attract other people who are more homeless, and there's a difference between being homeless and being a full-time RV liver. I've got a whole video about that topic. This attracts actual homeless, drug addicts, criminal types, people that might want to do you harm, try to steal your shit. I've had people knocking at my door, banging on my vehicle late at night, not police, and they wouldn't respond when I asked them who they are, what they want. They wouldn't say anything, just kept banging on it, wanting me to open the door because they wanted to rob me. So this is a relevant topic. There's people, when you're living in a vehicle, you're more susceptible to being assaulted by people. You're more susceptible to people trying to break in and steal your stuff. You just are. It's just the reality of it. So it's important that you stay safe. Now, I live here in the United States where firearm ownership is legal, but there's various rules about having firearms in a vehicle. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice, but I'm just going to tell you what I personally do. I personally ignore those laws because they're not practical and they're not realistic. This is an FN57. This is a more expensive pistol than most people can afford. The rounds are very expensive because the rounds are armor piercing. This might be overkill, to be perfectly honest, but I always wanted to own an FN57, so now I do. For years, I have just a cheap ass, God, what was the manufacturer? I can't remember the name of the High Point. I had a High Point 9mm. Cost about $120, I think it was. I bought it at a gun show, and that's totally, all you really need is a 9mm pistol. This is kind of overkill, but I always wanted to own one, so now I do. But you need to have a firearm. I swear you need to have a firearm, because you don't have it because you're going to constantly use it. That's not why you have it. You have it for that one occasion where some evil motherfucker breaks into your vehicle looking to rob you, rape you, kill you. Talking truth here. It happens. It happens. And if you're in a city and you're living in a vehicle and you're boondocking, you're being a digital nomad, even if you're not a homeless person, you've got a nice rig. You're not doing drugs, you're not being a pest or anything. But people assume sometimes that you are. So they think that you have drugs. They think that you have a bunch of money because maybe you're a drug dealer, homeless person, which there definitely are. There are drug dealing homeless people. So they break into your vehicle because they're looking for cash and they're looking for grass. They're looking for the drugs. And maybe if you're female, they're even looking to rape you. Let's just be honest here. Now, I've spent some time online in forums, especially on Reddit, and I've told this to people before, like, you need to be realistically. Get yourself a firearm. And people are like, oh, I'm anti-guns, blah, blah, blah. You just need to drop all that horse shit, because the reality is that if you're sleeping at night and somebody bashes in your window, opens up your locks, and they come in, you're not going to have the space to wield around a little fucking baseball bat and fight them off. You're not. You're going to have enough space to grab this pistol and shoot them. That's all you're going to have. And the old saying goes, it's better to be tried by a jury of 12 than carried in a coffin by 6. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving you legal advice, but this is my advice. I've lived in California with a shotgun and a 9mm pistol in my camper van, because that's just the reality of it. I've witnessed people, I've witnessed drug dealing sometimes. They do it late at night at the various parks and suburbs, nice looking suburbs. But suburbs nonetheless, they go out there and they deal drugs, sometimes they shoot guns. and they have disagreements, and you don't know what you're going to get caught up in. So be safe, be safe, be safe. You never know what's going to happen. Other advice: try to not park in the worst places. I parked in some places I probably shouldn't have parked at, but I couldn't find anywhere else I could park where I wasn't going to get hassled by police, where I wasn't, where I'm legally allowed to be parked. Otherwise, I get fines and tickets and everything. So I have to go over to the industrial areas, which are not the nice areas. But if you can avoid it, avoid it. I ultimately ended up going to a nice place in Oxnard, a nice little neighborhood. But as I said before, that same neighborhood had people that would come by and deal drugs right in front of me. They didn't know I was in there. They didn't know. They thought it was a camper. It's a camper van, but it's branded with my company name on it. It looks like a cable truck, actually. Kind of gave me a little bit of, camouflage in the suburbs, so they didn't know a person was living in there. So they felt secure to deal the drugs directly in front of me. But they all have firearms. They all have guns. They're drug dealers. So you got to be safe. You got to be safe. Be smart. Don't go places that you shouldn't. The safest places to park, in my opinion, is outside of a Planet Fitness parking lot. You can only get away with it if you're actually a black card member and you're only parking late at night and you're leaving in the mornings. So you do, your shower and you're shaving, you do your toiletries, you do all that stuff at the Planet Fitness, sleep overnight, get up in the morning around like 4 to 6, go in, do your workout, shower, shave, yada yada, then leave. Don't stay in the parking lot 24/7. You'll get caught. That's when you get caught, and that's when you're a problem. Late at night, it's not really a problem for them. They don't give a shit. But if they're 24/7 during their busiest times, they're not going to tolerate that. They're just not. So be smart, be sensible. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. If you have any comments, questions, let me know in the feed below. I'm Kerry Martell. I'm your guide to adventure. Have a good one.